Being Google takes us live. It is Tuesday, January the 2nd, and here we are at the Kent Beck Scrum. It's Sam and Sunny here. Little update from me. What on earth have I been doing? I have been working on the deep learning materials from the Stanford course. That's on the SVM assignment. We've got the deep learning mob on Thursday. I've also been working a little bit on website 1. And I'm sort of working on these adjustments to the premium subscription model there. Yeah, I'm not blocked. I'm just trying to work out the right syntax to write a method for current subscription. And yeah, coming up, I've got what's happening next. We've got the NHS wiki meeting coming up. Very pleased to be joined today by we've got Sunny, and Omar is also just. Hello, Omar. How are you doing today? No need to talk if you don't want to, and it's maybe your microphone not working, but big welcome to you. Yeah, so in the Scrum, we just, no one's required to say anything if they don't want to. We've also got a chat feature as well there that I think Omar's able to use. Yeah, that was my update. Now, Sunny, you've been taking a look at the async voter project. We've been having a bit of a chat there, but you were saying that you're at the moment you're a little bit confused about what the project's all about or how voting takes place and so on. And Omar's just telling us he's just joined the course, and I presume he means the edX Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails course, and he's checking out how the Hangout works. Great to have you with us, Omar. No problem at all. Everybody always welcome to observe. But yes, let's have a little chat then maybe about the async voter project. I've got the chat that Sunny and I were having just here, so I'm just going to share my screen so we can refer to that. Let's just pop that up there, and I'll also get up my little heads up thing here. Let's move this out of the way. New window there. Move that out of the way there. There we go. And you can see me picture in picture as we look at this. Yes, and so you'd come into the async voter channel here, Sunny. Now, was that because you were particularly interested in a Node project?
Node and Ruby basically, Sam.
Yeah. Oh well, and they're Node Ruby. It's all good. Async voter happens to be a Node project that integrates with Slack, and we could maybe show you how it was. We actually got a kind of a testing channel here, and the way that it works is we can use the command here like voter. Actually, we've got now a help command on that as well, so we can do voter help, and it tells us how to use the voting command. And the voter is all about trying to be able to set up to do a kind of planning poker style thing that we might do as part of the agile development process. So, for example, and as I was referring you to before, I'm just going to find. Do I have it up here already? Do I have it? Not to hand, but we'll go and open it. So we have our waffle board giving us a kind of Kanban style board for the different tickets and so on. So we might have things like, so you can see here the board, see things that we've done, things that are in progress, things that are ready to work on, some of which have already been assigned to people. And you can see what Waffle particularly adds over GitHub is it allows us to assign point values to the stories or chores that we're working on. So here's an interesting little one here that I think we worked out about, I'm not signed in, that we worked out that, just so one little feature of the stack here is that we use Mongo, or we're just starting to use MongoDB in a related project. Actually, this is part of the async voter API. And so this ticket is about actually the environment variable. There's like a default that I think is used more commonly. It's called Mongo URL. And we happen to use MongoDB. And if we used Mongo URL, it would actually be a bit simpler. So I'm not expecting you to understand this ticket per se. I mean, that's partly what would be something that we might vote about. Yeah, but so the way, just to show you the way the voter works as an example, is that say that we were having a meeting and we wanted to like vote on some stories so that people could be assigned to them. We would do something like this. We would say voter. This would be like adjust Mongo DB env to Mongo URL like so, and then we post in the link, and then I can do this, and it creates a vote there that people can vote on. It pops up a little interface. Can you see? And then people, depending upon their different opinions, I mean, now would be an opportunity to discuss the system. Actually, I probably should have used the staging voter there rather than the main voter. But anyway, but just as an example, so we've got this here, and so now, if everybody was happy and comfortable about what this was, they would then be able to vote. Now we've lost Sunny, and I assume that's due to technical difficulties on his end, which is a shame. Omar, if you have any questions at all about the course or about how Hangouts or Agile Ventures, very happy to answer those for you in the text chat there. I'll just let Sunny know that we lost him. I think we'll see if he comes back shortly. Let me just go and ping him. Dun, 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 dun. Where's Sunny gone? Dun, 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 dun. Just lost you from Hangout. I guess I will keep explaining. There we go. Sunny, welcome back. Can you hear us okay? Hey there, Sunny.
Hey, yes, I'm now connection lost suddenly. So yes.
No problem there at all. Yeah, that happens. So Omar,
please continue.
Yeah, we'll do. In the meantime, Omar had asked a question, which was for pair programming, can he announce his interest somewhere? So this is for the Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails course, which, Sunny, are you aware of this course? Is maybe how you found out about?
169 course?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I tried to complete this course a few times, but still I'm not able to complete this one. But yes, in future I'm keep working on it too.
Yeah, sure. Oh, right. Well, I mean, you might be interested. We're running some premium mob sessions that you know, that I think some people are finding very, very helpful to get onto it. But so for Omar, I mean, there are certain places that you can mention the pair programming. So you can certainly mention in just looking, sorry, but anyway, there's the general chat. This is a Gitter chat where you see people are mentioning different things. So you can certainly mention to people that you're interested in pairing there. You can also mention it. We've got another channel, which is, well, because the name of the textbook is Ethos. So we've got another channel here where people can kind of connect up about the course, but you can also you know, announce it here as you have done already, Omar, and that's you know, sounds like, although perhaps Sunny's not currently working on the course, he may be interested in pairing on aspects of it in future. So you can always sort of drop by one of these scrums that we have and see if there are other people who are interested in pairing on parts of the course. Again, yeah, Omar, if you're interested, I can try and hook you up with these. We do have mob sessions where there's a small group of people who get together as part of the Agile Ventures framework. So so yeah, okay. So I hope that makes sense. The idea, it's still, the interface is still not as smooth as I would love it to be, but the idea is that anybody can create a new event. Oops, give me a second. Just pause the alarm there. Is that anybody can create an event on Agile Ventures about when they want to pair, and you know, you can then, having created it, you can post that link into different places and people can see that upcoming and so on. Excellent. All right, so I think we've covered that. Let's go back to where we were with Sunny, and yeah. So I was just showing you here. Yeah. So this is the way we can use the voter to kind of start a vote, and if we were doing it as part of a something that we really wanted to vote on, then I'd first say, okay, now does anybody, you know, I might be saying it, you know, in person in the Hangout, or I might just be saying it in Slack. I might be just doing like an @ channel or an @ here to whoever saying, you know, please vote on this. the voter by itself does a kind of an at here, so people in the particular project group will know about it. And then the idea is that we don't just like vote randomly, but there's an opportunity to discuss. Oh, does everybody understand what's going on here? And then different people. So I might go ahead and vote simple, like so, and then it'll say that I voted, but it won't say what I've voted. And the idea is that then other people can come along and vote. And then finally, when enough, I mean, usually at least 3 are voted, we can click reveal, and then it will show all of the votes that took place. So I've got, here's one I prepared earlier. Excuse me, an example from before. So just before, these are some votes that were going on during a Website 1 meeting just before Christmas. And you can see here in this case, this vote, basically everybody agreed that it was simple. And so that just meant we could assign it a value of 1. Then we'll scroll back up and we'll see some other votes that were perhaps more controversial. There you go. And you can see here, this was a vote, you can see me using the voting syntax to start it there. That popped up. Originally, it had the interface, all the different people in the meeting, pressed the different buttons, we clicked reveal, and then we saw that some people thought that the feature was much harder than others, and that was a place for discussion to make sure that we were all on the same page about what the feature involved.
Okay.
So does that make sense what the async voter project is now?
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense for me now. Yeah, so next thing come to me that which task I choose to work on. Do you tell me a little bit about update channel when a vote comes in? Issue number 9th.
Right. Yeah. So this is, I was mentioning some of the different issues, and so I did actually, since I added but if we go back over here, out of the way, please. But so
let me
see if I can find it in here. Or just what we're done with it. Let's have a look. Updates. Update channel. Here we go. So that's this one, which I just added this image to, which actually is not. Oh, wait a sec. Okay. Well, so for example, this one. So at the moment, like we had a previous version of the system where but basically it was more of a bot than an interface, and so in that one, when anybody voted, it would do another kind of like here and say Tansaku has voted, right? So it would actually kind of like alert people to the fact that someone had voted, whereas at the moment, what it does when somebody votes is it alerts that only that person and only that person. Well, even then it doesn't really alert them very well, but it's the idea behind the ticket is that when one is using the voter outside of a synchronous meeting, when you're using it in an asynchronous meeting, and I might just like post a vote and come back the next day to see who's voted on it. The idea is that when someone votes, it would kind of like ping the channel and say, oh, so and so has voted, and it would kind of increase the chances that other people would realize that a vote is taking place, if you know what I mean.
Okay, like I just have an example for this situation. Like there are 3 people, Sam, Sunny, and Umar, and Sam created a voting for MongoDB environment where to Mongo URL. Okay, and in that case, Sam voted, and their voting updates going to Umar and Sunny. That Sam voted on this issue.
Yeah, to an extent. The idea is that the votes would go to, the updates would go to everybody in the channel who is currently online. That would be a slightly different feature if we were like specifying, the updates going to particular individuals. But we have this structure in Slack where there are, relatively, the people who are in a channel are potentially interested in updates about what's going on in the project. So so at the moment we get this at here thing when the vote starts, and that's fair enough. It's basically says everybody who's online now, like if their thing is green, in here, if they're in the channel, is not really green there at the moment, that means that everybody knows that a vote has started potentially. And so it might be that I start the vote in the meeting, and then I go away, and we all go away, and then maybe tomorrow, like early in the morning, Omar would vote. Yeah. So at that time, what I think would be helpful, and that's also how we used to have it, is that there would be like an update that said at here, Omar voted, and then what that would on whatever, and what that would mean is that if somebody was online at that time, like if we go and look at the async voter channel itself, like we can see here, there's a lot more people in here. See, like here there's 3 people who are currently online, right?
Okay.
More or less. And so if there was a new message that came in that said at here, so-and-so had voted, that caused the channel to kind of, the particular thing, what I'm looking for is, if you look like here, can you see on my thing, it has a little highlight with the number 2 here? Might be a bit difficult to see.
NSS Wiki.
Right. It's that kind of highlight. I mean, for me personally, that's how I like find what's going on and where to attend to in Slack, right? And what it means is the problem at the moment is that you can have, someone can start a difficult example to show you, but someone can start a vote and they won't have enough other people vote on it, right? So it's related to, there's another, I thought it was going to be a different, this is one thing about alerting people whenever a new vote comes in, or alerting the people who happen to be online at the time whenever a new vote comes in. There's a related ticket, which is, if we go on over here, like this one, could votes migrate to latest point? So we've got this other issue that, and this is all, it all contrasts to the original version that we had that just kept sending new messages. Like whenever in the old system, whenever a new activity happened, you got a new bit of data popping in at the very latest chat, like that, it stays here. Whereas in this system, which has got this kind of interface, this new one, is a lovely interface. It's very easy to click 1, 2, and 3. But after you voted, if lots of people, write stuff in here, like so on, gradually this starts to disappear off the end of the channel, like this. And then somebody who's browsing past, who wasn't online at the time of the vote, doesn't know that there was a vote kind of taking place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's keep increasing the text with the other members, right?
Say again?
I'm saying, like, you are saying that it's keep increasing the text of other people, like their view of the other people's, like you write some text here, AKJS,
saying,
and like.
Well, I'm saying if I write some text here, then gradually this will disappear from people's immediate view of the channel, and they might not see it anymore. They might not notice that there was a vote taking place. And
so it's like something stick at the bottom till we reveal this, something like this.
I mean, that would be the kind of thing, like if we could pin the vote to be the latest thing in the channel, that would be one way of solving the problem, because then people would come in. If there were updates to the came in at the bottom, that would be another way of making sure that people were still aware of the vote taking place. What I'd say is, I mean, probably I need to move on now to some other meetings. We've kind of done our Scrum. We've had a bit of a chat about this. What I would direct you to in particular, let's see if I can, what am I looking for? Async Slack command on GitHub is, I wrote a blog, where is it? There we go, which is available here. Is that right? Well, maybe not. No, maybe not that one, actually. Really?
Do you want poker planning one? You are?
Yeah, I'm just surprised actually. Oh, I think right. Well, this one, yeah. Well, anyway, this that you could perfectly well read that one. I think the one that I was looking for was a slightly different one actually, which is probably this one. I think we've got a reference to a. What we did? I thought we did. Oh, I thought in one of these things we had a reference
Do
to
this
one of
this
my.
one?
Oh yeah, you've got it. Yes, sorry. No, where's that linked from? Anyway, but fallow day, and this was
Okay.
me describing about the, backwards and forwards of like in the initial version of the system that I created, that's subsequently been,
Mm-hmm.
and there was code for that. And anyway, there's hopefully that gives you a bit of food for thought. We will have like a full meeting
Yes.
on the async voter on Friday
Mm-hmm.
if you want to attend that. Yeah. Oh, bye,
Mm-hmm.
Omar. Yeah, and be very happy to try and get you more involved in the project.
Yeah, sure. I really looking for involved in the project and I want to start it something.
Sure. Yeah, and yeah, I
Yeah.
would. That's great, and I would say, you might find that there are some tickets that are, if you just want to kind of like focus on making a really small change, and then oh no,
Mm-hmm.
wrong place, and and sort of starting from there, um, like the thing that we've been talking about is sort of a big,
Mm-hmm.
how can we
Yeah,
adjust
yeah.
the overall user experience? But there are things like, and,
Yes,
and
yes.
this is like in some of the related projects, just changing the environment
Mm-hmm.
variables that might be easier to start with. So up to
Sure.
you, what you, if you, how you want to work it, but research on how to improve the experience, very much appreciated.
Yeah, I will work on it shortly and let me first start with the Mongo URL to MongoDB
Oh, sure.
once.
Cool.
I to make this change.
Hmm.
Where
Yeah,
I
well,
have to make this change like async voter API, right?
yeah, that's on I think, yeah, async voter API. It's that, so you might want to pull that project out, and but in the first
Yeah,
instance, don't feel like you're under pressure to like make a change. Just feel free to explore and experiment,
yeah,
and
sure.
just, there's no
Yeah,
no pressure at
sure.
all. It's all for your learning. So
Yes. Yeah, surely I will make this change, or I will first of all explore it little more,
yeah,
and then I will make that change. Sure.
that's great. And feel free to ask more questions in in the Slack, and we have the scrums 2 times a day. I'm around. So
Mhm.
yeah, cool. All right.
Sure, I will hit you more questions with
Lovely,
time.
lovely to meet you, Sunny, and see you again real soon. Bye for now.
Bye bye, Sam. Thanks for your time.